My name is Randy Bigley. Joining me on the podcast right now we're going to talk about Living History Days today. Julie Rossington's with me. Hello, Julie.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. And yeah, that's coming up, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. May 31st, June 1st and 2nd is Living History Days at Lowe-Volk Park. So we, Crawford County, our big claim to fame, right, is Colonel Crawford. And what happened to Colonel Crawford here in 1782. And he was captured by the Delaware and Shawnee on the grounds of Lowe-Volk Park. And every year we honor that and reenact the capture. And we're not quite allowed to burn him yet, but we can't take it quite that far.
Yeah.
But we do set up an encampment and honor the sacrifice that he made for us. So.
Wow. Yeah, it wasn't a very good ending for him.
It was not. It was not.
No. What is Living History Day exactly? If people have never heard of it or never been there.
We do a 2-day event. It's called a juried event, and what that means is that all the reenactors that come in have to pass a certain standard.
Okay.
So we do our very best to make it as historically accurate as we can. So we have out front, we have period correct vendors who have items to sell, silverware, jewelry, that sort of thing that would be appropriate to the period. And then you can go into the camps and walk through the camps and talk to the reenactors. So we have people who represent the British. We have people who represent the Patriots, which is the winning side. And we also have a Native American camp. So you can get an idea of how everybody lived during that time period. And we start on Friday night, May 31st at 8 o'clock. We're going to have this year a war council.
Oh, okay.
And what a lot of people didn't know is that prior to the Native Americans picking sides, each side would go to them and try and bribe them. So what we're representing this year are the British Indian agents who went to the tribes and said, look, this is what your king is going to do for you if you fight for us. And these are the gifts that we can give to you if you come and fight for us against these upstart Americans. And so you will hear the Indian agent talk about the king's side, and then the Native Americans will have a chance to respond saying, okay, but what are we going to get out of this besides a few blankets? What a lot of people don't know is that a lot of the Native American societies were matriarchal. So you won't be surprised if you see the women speak up, because they really did have a big say in what happened in the tribes and in the villages. So it's an interesting play back and forth, and then everybody will get a chance to tour the camps if you want and talk to folks that evening. So that's on the 31st on Friday night from 8 to 10.
Okay.
And then we open up again on Saturday morning, June 1st at 9 o'clock. We always have an opening ceremony. We have Boy Scout Troop 106 comes and raises the flag for us, and we fire a salute. And then throughout the day are a series of programs. Chiquinor, Native American storyteller, will be there again this year talking to folks. We have at 1 o'clock, Lou Tamelio is going to talk about 18th century weapons. 2 o'clock is Mistress Tammy Corey talking about dressing the 18th century. And then we close the event at 4 o'clock. What everybody comes for are the captures and the battles. Everybody wants to see that. We are doing things a little different this year, deciding that more than one part of the story need to be told. So before Colonel Crawford was captured at Lowe-Volk Park, there was a battle over by Upper Sandusky in a cranberry bog called the Battle of Battle Island. So what we're going to do in the morning at 11 o'clock is try to portray Battle Island. And that was a good back and forth until the Americans finally had to break and run.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then in the afternoon at 3 o'clock is when we're actually going to do the capture of Colonel Crawford. So you'll get to see a little earlier in the story before the capture actually happens at 3 o'clock.
Wow,
so
yeah.
A little bit of a different perspective this year, just trying something new. You can't really change history, so we decided to give it a shot to portray more of the story to see if that might make it a little more fresh and new and I don't know, see what people think.
So if you've been there before, it's going to be a little bit different this year.
It is going to be a little bit different this year, yeah. The only thing I do want to say is that the first battle is back near in the woods, back along the edge of the. We have to go back along the edge of the woods and hang a left.
Okay.
It's not as handicap accessible as the capture will be. The capture is still right off the boardwalk, so wheelchairs and strollers and everything can get back there. The first one, probably not quite as much. It's a good path.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not a boardwalk.
Okay.
So I would kind of like folks to be aware of that if that happens to be an issue with mobility or whatever for them.
Awesome. So coming out, like I said, if you've seen it before, it's going to be different this year. So
it is going to be
yeah.
different this year.
Cool.
The park always offers food out front. We'll have our vendors. There will be a lady inside who does what is called paper lace.
Okay.
Back in the 70s, we used to do it and called it quilling.
All right.
But it's been around
Yeah.
for several hundred years. So she'll have her display set up inside since her paper is a little more fragile than most of the art objects will be. And as a separate plug, I guess, if you're a history buff and you want to come out and see us at Living History Days, the Crestline Historical Society is also open that weekend from 2 to 4, and we have Colonel Crawford's dagger.
Oh, wow, cool.
And also a large display of Native American artifacts. So if you want to make a day of history, you could probably do both. Stop at the museum, see Colonel Crawford's dagger, and then come out to the park and see what we have to offer out there.
Cool. Make a day of it, right?
Make a day of it, yeah.
That's
a day
awesome.
of history, yep.
So really for something to do with your family, it's a perfect opportunity to get out there and enjoy history. And,
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We do post warnings because there will be gunfire.
Right.
You have to be aware for your little ones that it may be a little scary for them. I can apologize for that, but it's history. So as long as you're aware, you can maybe prepare them or, cover their ears or bring earplugs or something like that. No one is ever injured in the reenactments. I mean, last year I burned my hand, but that was unintentional.
Right. You usually dress up too, don't you?
I do. And
yeah.
depending on what's needed for the weekend, I can wear uniform and take the field with my brown vest, or I'll dress as a female and read part of the story or whatever. So I'm flexible. That
There
way,
you
I
go.
guess.
Exactly. Yeah, how that goes.
Yeah.
Again, when is it again? Living History Days?
Living History Days, May 31st.
Yeah.
The War Council is from 8 to 10 p.m. And then June 1st and 2nd we open on Saturday at 9 and we open at 10 on Sunday, and we close both days at 4 o'clock.
Awesome. What a great weekend. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Lowe-Volk Park, 2401 State Route 598 in Crestline. So.
There you go. Thank you so much, Julie.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome anytime.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.